would just constantly be staring at the poker room with the Aria and be like, oh no.
I just wouldn't even play poker in Vegas. You know the people that go to those are probably actually good, and not like the people who play online who are like fish or whatever the term is.
Alright, so after Max mulligans and finds the 6-card hands that he likes, we are off to the races here in a round 3 feature match. Both of these players are undefeated. We had 3 undefeated pairings up. On the left, it's Stream Regular and everyone's favorite Max Turner, who is playing a Grixis Control homebrew deck, against Joseph Deal, who is playing the mono-red 16 1-drop Jerry Thompson aggro deck. So we see a strong Curtain Oval get taken out,
Legion Loyalists.
and a Legion Loyalist get in.
2 Legion Loyalists.
Now we've got a couple buddies there.
And Joseph is doing the push it into the red zone thing.
And then followed up with yet another strong Curtain Oval. What was the card that took out the... it was a Demir Charm. So end of turn, Max is going to use Demir Charm as a de facto ponder, try to dig up some answers to the board state. We see him push a Far and Away. So he's got a Syncopate, a Think Twice. I'm pretty sure he's playing Barter in Blood as well.
Barter in Blood would be pretty good, I suppose. Life totals. Did you update the life total? And yes, those are Game of Thrones sleeves. I should buy Game of Thrones sleeves just to have Game of Thrones sleeves.
I would spend the rest of my life trying to decide which ones I would want. Like, what is my affiliation? So Firefish Striker comes down. Max is going to Barter in Blood.
Bam.
And it's the old Mirrodin Barter in Blood, which is infinitely better in my opinion than the new Barter in Blood. So he bends both his Legion Loyalists and he keeps the 2 power creatures. So he's going to eat 4 here and go down to 10.
Does he overload amazing orders?
He has a Staff of Nin.
Plays a Staff of Nin and then just starts paying it on.
He has a Syncopate and a Staff of Nin, I believe, are the cards left in Max's hand.
Oh, that actually kind of sucks.
Yeah, well, he's playing 4 Bonfires.
Okay.
So he's drawing very live here. That was not it.
For that. Oh, well. He has one more turn to draw a Bonfire, doesn't he?
I don't know. He has a Staff, but his 6th land is a Watery Grave. So he has to ping himself.
That is worth it, though.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he can survive at 1 here, if Joseph doesn't have a Dyna Charge or some other kind of haste effect.
Joseph just dropped a mana card right there. Like, yeah.
Gotta get on Joseph for playing like half Zendikar lands and half jank-ass mountains. So before combat, we're going to think twice.
Into
drawing.
One card for 1, yes.
Oh, and he's going to Blood Rush at Rubble Belt Maka.
Well, that sucks.
Which is effectively a Lightning Bolt, so Max goes down a game early. And this is not the best matchup for Max's deck. Max's deck is really going to is really set up to beat the other fair decks, like the other mid-range decks. But I see him bringing in Is It Static Caster, which is pretty brutal in this matchup.
Yes, 1 damage, and then it's an 0-3 blocker. Yeah. It's pretty good.
Trying to see what else he's taking out here. He's doing it pretty, he's taking out his barters, taking out the staff. Like, you basically just take out everything in your deck that doesn't win. He's taking out the bonfires.
Whoa, why would he take out the bonfires?
Or he might just be trying to see what removal he has.
Well, there is no reason to take out the bonfires, period. Like, even if you draw 1 and you turn 3 bonfire for 1, that probably kills half of Joseph's shit.
Trust me, I am on board. I don't understand this either, but it seemed to me like he was taking them out.
Like, I would be totally fine with taking out the other stuff that he was, staffs, butter and blood, those are too slow.
Mm-hmm.
But
Like, none of Joseph's creatures, with the exception of the Strong Kirk Noble, none of them get outside of bonfire range at any point in the game.
right. I mean, either you bonfire for 1 or you miracle bonfire for 2, and either way you
Yes,
basically
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Like a naturally drawn bonfire also is pretty good here. So he might be he's bringing an electricity as well, which is pretty good.
Okay, then.
Maybe that's better than bonfire. But what I'm thinking is,
I would not say that's better than bonfire, but I would
it's
definitely
better than barter and blood.
I would put it in over something, but
Yeah, but I can only imagine Max has like other dead cards where the bonfire is just going to be like better than.
like doesn't he have like a nickel bolus in there or something?
He has a Gristlebrand.
Yeah, take out the Gristlebrand, take out everything that's like more than a 4-drop.
And to be fair, I didn't see everything he was taking out, so.
That is true. Just like leave like the Olivias in as your win condition.
Question in the chat from B-Radical4 asking if he thinks goblins will be somewhat viable in standard in 2014. That, as someone who's played a lot of goblins in his life, I would like nothing better than for that to happen. But that hinges entirely on a reprinting of Goblin Chieftain. Grenade is not even really that important. It's all about the Chieftain. All right.
I'm like brewing a deck for rotation already, which doesn't really work out right now, but
That's fine.
it's like 4 scavenging oozes and other stuff.
I need to buy my Steam so I can get that scavenging ooze for my cube. It's only $10. Hey, while these guys are shuffling up and we're talking about scavenging ooze, perfect time to follow us on various forms of social media: YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Twitch. Zach Sells Magic is the username for all of it. Everything we ever recorded goes up on YouTube. You can follow me during the week for Twitter. Updated Facebook daily with interesting news and Magic content, and then obviously following on Twitch. On the old layout, click the follow button above and to the left, and on the new layout, click the follow button below and to the left of the video screen. And then you'll get an email every time we go live. So obviously we're doing Friday Night Magic every week, but if we get a wild hair, stream a Modern Masters draft, or like a Wednesday Night Modern, or Cube draft, you never know. I'm just gonna start streaming. Just start streaming me watching television. I have been requested
watching like playing like Indonesia or something.
Yeah, it is funny. So like we don't have. I'm not up to date on Game of Thrones because we started watching late. So I've got 2 more episodes to go for the current season. But so I'm up to the infamous Red Wedding episode, which is the one where they have all the compilation, like, you can't escape that factor. I'm not going to give you a spoiler, but I'm just saying, like, that's the one where, like, there's all the YouTube reaction videos.
Oh.
So people have asked me to record myself watching that. So that will be coming this weekend. I will be recording myself watching that. So look forward to that on my Facebook.
I'm really close to it. I'm just like...
It's episode 9 of season 3.
Oh, that's the one that, like, everyone keeps telling me is really good, so...
Yes,
yeah,
I'm right there.
Yeah. I'm on, like, episode, like, 6 right now or something, so...
Yeah. Did Joseph have to, representing House Targaryen as well? Did he have to mull here?
Why does everyone like House Targaryen?
Because it's dragons, man.
They're all dead.
Well, they got one, and that's all they need.
Yeah.
They only need the one. So what do you got? You got Stag, you got Dragon,
Stag
you got
is like
Wolf. What are the Lannisters?
Lion.
The Lions, yeah.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones is perfect nerd culture. Like, it's just right in the wheelhouse of, like,
awesome.
It has teams. You gotta love teams. It's always...
but it's like nerd stuff that non-nerds will watch and talk about too.
Yeah, because
which is like perfect.
Because it has Peter Dinklage in it, and he's adorable. How funny is it that the most prominent little person actor of our time is named Peter Dinklage? It's just like the irony of ironies. He's a very good actor.
He's awesome.
He's in a very obscure movie called The Station Agent, which I really enjoy. That's the Zach Sells Magic movie tip of the week. You probably won't like it. I'm going to guarantee you that most people watching probably won't like it. But
Zach, did Joseph just go down to 5?
Yeah. Maxx has a pretty good hand here. Oh, he's showing us here. We've got turn 1 Pillar, turn 2 Is It Charm, turn 3 Is It Staticaster. So the chances of Joseph winning this game with 7 cards is pretty unlikely.
Let's go to game 3.
Mullings let's go to game 3. We're talking about whether or not mono black will be viable post-rotation.
No, I want to play mono black just because I like mono black, but I don't think it's going to be viable to the point where you can actually win anything with it. I mean, you can play it for fun at your local FNM and maybe like top 8 or something.
Mono black really needs some like dedicated cards that don't exist right now in the format.
I mean, right now between like M14 and rotation, you still have Nighthawks, you still have Gristlebrand, and you still like you can Nighthawk, Crypt Gas, Gristlebrand, that kind of stuff, and you still have Murlate. So that's fine, but...
Eat smallpox. Alright, so Pumping the Foundry Street Denizen is going to eat this Is It Charm, right?
What? Does he have a bonfire or something?
I guess end of turn is he going to Is It Charm, then nope. Oh no. Maybe he does have a bonfire. Maybe he didn't have it in his hand, but he may have drawn it.
Okay.
The Staticasters has Flash. Now, it's a 03, correct?
Wait, so why is their life total not changed? Why is the life total not changed?
Oh, because they don't change the thing. Max is at 19.
18. He casted the
oh,
thing
yeah,
before he attacked.
the Foundry Street Denizen?
Yeah.
Yeah, you attack. He should have done that mid-combat, right?
Block and then...
yeah, he was so excited about his Staticaster that he gave up some power there. But Max still in a pretty good spot here. His mana's perfect. He has a pillar should he want to use it. He's going to use the pillar to take out the Cackler.
Yep.
And then now he's got the...
And now he wins.
Yeah. And you go ahead and do that main phase. Not that it matters since Joseph did mull to 5 and has 1 mountain. But at least doing it on your main phase when he's tapped out prevents like the Rebel Build Maka from saving it.
Yeah.
Which is not like... I think you're honestly probably like fine with him using the Maka to save it because...
Well, it's still not the most optimal thing. You use it to save it and then you swing in with it, so, I mean... Wait, no, you can't do it because it's Blood Rush, right? It has to be attacking.
Yeah, he can do it before attacking. Yeah. Oh no,
it depends when you do it.
He has 2 Staticasters.
Okay, Max definitely wins.
If I'm Joseph, I just scoop 2 anything that deals damage. Bonfire for 2 the hard way.
With no creatures on the board. Just bonfire.
Well, Max is going to have like a smaller density of like game-winning threats, but I just generally don't think Joseph has anything. The most anticlimactic. Max Turner has the most climactic bonfire in the history of our stream, and he just cast the 2 least impactful bonfires in the history of our stream. Poor Joseph. It's like such a bloodbath. Curse of the Pierced Heart.
Yeah. Well, I guess that puts Max on a 17-turn clock.
No.
Or not.
Max could have Is It Charmed it. No, he could. Yeah, Is It Charmed is non-creature, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I believe it is. Max is drawing the land portion of his deck currently. He can Is It Charm this one.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to think twice first.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Poor Joseph draws the 2 cards that might help him get out of this, and Max has the answer to both of those as well. There's another bonfire in his hand. What was that he just discarded?
Steering Sphere?
Oh, no. He has another Is It Staticaster, so he just played 1 in response so that the net number of Staticasters doesn't change. But Joseph did Sphere 1 of them. Skull Crack, yeah. If Joseph comes back and wins this game...
That would be very sad.
Max has all the mana now, as he does have a Gilded Lotus in play.
Does he have no card?
He has 1, yeah, and I think he's exhausted all of his...
He needs to play his Olivias that he is borrowing.
I'm sure if he drew one, he would gladly cast it.
And win.
Shout out to the Emperor, who's first time watching the actual stream, live as it happens. So thanks for watching. Sorry that the one game you see is this just awkward game where Max Turner has an unlosable board state but can't find a threat. Like, Joseph can't play any creature that doesn't have a power of 3. He has to draw...
Fawn for like 5? I don't know.
I think it's...
6 maybe.
What? Yeah, I was going to say, there's no need to go back. It should be 14 to 4. Max is just going to burn him. Uh-oh.
Gasp.
Upkeep. Ding him. So Curse of the Pierce Heart is going to do one. It's a Ghost Quarter. You can at least Ghost Quarter yourself to thin your deck. Oh my goodness, if Joseph wins this game, it's going to be the most brutal thing ever.
Foundry Street, Burning Tree.
So end of turn you Ghost Quarter yourself, right?
Well, now that Max has like no more bonfires in his deck.
Ghost Quarter yourself to thin it out. Oh, we have business, right? Curse of Deathhold.
Well, 12 turns left for Max.
Max has to draw a way to win this game in 12 turns. So there he's using the Ghost Quarter my own land trick to thin his deck out.
I almost wouldn't do that just because he's drawn like 4 lands out of the last 5 cards. Usually if you have a land pocket, you draw like that many lands and then you start drawing other shit. And also someone's commenting on your lack thereof.
Also, now we're getting someone is mentioning that I cut my beard, so thanks for that vote of confidence. Max plays a cavern naming Shapeshifter. The Devils play for a billion, finally. Oh my goodness. This is the most... It would have been so much better if like Max was at like 1 life and then he'd draw the Devil's play. Like, here's the thing. We've talked about Joseph's deck in the past. Joseph's deck plays like a million 1-drops. It plays those curses. It plays Bloodrush Maka. It plays that Dyna Charge with like Anthem. So it's basically trying to flood the board with like 3 or 4 guys and then just pile in for a bunch of damage in a format that's like relatively slow. You know what I mean? It's not like the Blitz decks are really wanting to leave all their stuff back to block. Plus you have Fire Fist Strikers to mess up combat anyway. But like, it's so fragile to so many decks. Like we talked about, it can't attack properly through a Deathrite Shaman sometimes. It can't beat an assassin. Is it Staticaster to save its soul, apparently. This is like, we've seen Joseph lose to cards like... He's had matchups where he's just run over his opponent, and he's had other matchups where like there's no way he was ever going to win this game.
Yeah.
So this deck, as someone who plays a lot of high variance decks, like I am a combo like aggro guy by heart. Like even this deck is a little bit too all in for me. Like it just seems very, very brutal.
I used to play those decks.
Question.
What question? I don't know what the throwing away cards question.
I didn't understand the throwing away cards question, but how many lands does... I know Joseph plays like 16 lands or something. Something ridiculous. Maybe
No, that makes
maybe
sense.
18 or something.
He literally only wants 2 on board, really.
Yes.
Well, 3 for Dyna Charge, I guess.
Yes. But he never wants to draw his 4th land. Hard casting Rubble Belt Maka is not his... not where he wants to be. Tonight's beverage of choice, Minute Maid lemonade.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have bottled water tonight, and my head hurt kind of, and I wanted some bottled water.
Some actual...
But I felt like this was the least egregious of all the carbonated beverages in there.
Besides the fact that it's not carbonated?
Yeah. Well, you know what I meant. It just seemed like I tricked myself into thinking this is better for me than Mountain Dew. The key there is trick myself into thinking. Because,
well, Mountain Dew has a lot of other stuff. It has probably... both of them probably have the same amount of sugar, but Mountain Dew has a bunch of other stuff that's probably worse.
Like cat piss? Is that one of the main ingredients? Who am I kidding? I like Mountain Dew. And obviously, I'm very health conscious, as you can see by my physical appearance.
Yeah.
It's a joke on myself.
Like everyone else that I know.
I'm living up to... living up to stereotypes. Well, I go back and forth in like 3 to 4 year cycles of weighing like 180 pounds and weighing like 250 pounds. Depends on how lazy I am at the time or how obsessed I am with running on a treadmill. Let's talk about magic instead.
So what happens? Foundry Street.
Foundry Street Infant is the ideal turn 1.
Into 3 damage, probably.
We can chain...
2 or 3 damage.
It can be a billion if we chain... that's going to be 3.
Yep.
As a Legion Loyalist pumps and has haste, so we can go ahead and get in for 3 damage.
It's pillared. Is it a pillar? Yeah, it's a pillar. So it's 5 damage.
Oh, we pillared Maxx.
Yeah. And Foundry Street just died.
Foundry Street dies to a pillar of Max's own. There is the curse, which is...
That is...
It's like significantly bad for Maxx.
Yeah, this early in the game it is bad.
Because I don't think he has any way of dealing with it. Like, Maxx was pretty fortunate that the game was over by the time Joseph drew his 3 copies of Curse of the Pierced Heart in the second game.
Yep.
Lightning Mauler.
Far and away. No.
Yeah, Lightning Mauler going to kill the Legion Loyalist in response to the Mauler so that there's nothing to pair with.
Yep.
But Maxx on a 12-turn clock, he's going to have to gain some life pretty quickly. I don't know how his deck gains life. It can.
I don't think.
You can far and away here as well. You can do the same trick if you want to. I don't know if it's any good. Well, I mean, normally these are the exact kind of plays that Maxx needs to stall the game out, but that curse is just like an inevitable clock.
Especially for Grixis, it's slower to the point where
thinking once.
Any damage is really bad.
Yeah. Every grizzly bear hit takes 2 turns off the clock.
Yes. Think twice from the yard. Into Skullcraft, is that? I can't see what it is.
So, Maxx down to 5.
Yeah.
How can he gain life? Devil's Plays takes out the Mauler.
There is no life gain in that deck, so he just needs to win before.
If the Gristlebrand is still in, but
he's
2 mana off casting it. Alchemy in response. Try to find, I don't know what.
Find something.
I think this one's all over but the shouting.
Everyone's just depressed.
He's got a tough one here. He's got a Demir Charm, which would normally be good. He's got a Gilded Lotus, which helps him get to Gristlebrand if he has it. That's what he kept. So he's keeping the Lotus and hoping to survive down to 4. There's the Lotus. Into another Lotus. Is he just hoping?
He has all the mana.
Is he just hoping to Devil's Play?
He's gonna Devil's Play that, right? Get rid of it so he doesn't die. Guess not.
I don't think he can afford to do that.
Well, if he has the Gristlebrand, then he can afford to do that. He needs
attack for 2. Down to 2, he'll go to 1 on his upkeep.
Well, he needs the Gristlebrand.
The Gristlebrand's not good enough here because Joseph just passes the turn back. He doesn't have to attack at this point. So how big is this Devil's Play? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 14, 13? Devil's Play for 13? Oh, he's going to flash back in Alchemy.
And look for what?
I want to know if there is an out. Like, you know what I mean?
I
Like,
do not think there is.
do you have Nighthawks? Nighthawks are any good here.
It's the same thing, same issue as Gruselbrand. He needs some form of actual life gain.
Is there like a Cyclonic Rift maybe? Like bounce target permanent?
Overload Cyclonic Rift.
Bonfire for 2, clears the board.
And then Joseph draws past turn.
Oh, I did get him. I'm going to run out there. We're going to find another match, but I'm also going to ask him if he had an out whatsoever, because I don't think he did, but it'd be curious to know.
Highly unlikely.
Although he could get up to 13. If he had like a couple more turns, he could have potentially burned him out, because he did have a doubles play for 13 at that point.
And then something else. Yeah, Bonfire.